Hey guys, how's it going? So in today's video, we're going to be continuing our work on the engine. If you remember from last video, we were missing these camshaft seals, so we got these in, so let's get into it. Alright guys, so as you saw, last night we got the heads all wrapped up. Today we're going to start with the timing belt, get the cam gears tightened down, and we're just going to finish up the engine so that we can start to install it into the car. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so as you can see, the engine is completely ready to go in. Right now we just have these towels in here to block the holes so no animals or insects go into the engine, but we're just going to put the clutch on, or flywheel and the clutch, and then this engine is going into the car. Alright guys, so unfortunately we were just about to install the motor into the car, and I was getting the throwout bearing, and I noticed that there was a hairline crack on the throwout bearing. So as you guys can tell, right there's that crack right there on the throwout bearing, so there's no way I want to put this back in the car. So we're going to go run and grab a new throwout bearing, and then we'll get back to it. And this is why you never buy somebody else's project car right here, because some people just don't know what they're doing. Alright guys, we just picked up the new throwout bearing right here, so we're going to install this and put the engine in. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so we now have the engine installed, so now we're going to install all the little accessories and attach everything. Let's get into it so we can have a first start. Alright, so as you can see, we have the engine in here, we have the fuel lines hooked up, all the electrical stuff is hooked up. We don't have any of the coolant hooked up, not much of the air system, intake system hooked up either, the exhaust isn't either. But we're going to fill it up with oil, and then we're just going to start the engine. We just want to make sure that it'll turn over, and basically the short block will run, and then we'll finish assembling it, install all the radiator, the exhaust system, all the little stuff. But just this way, in case something is wrong, we don't have to take all that off. So I'm going to fill it with some braking oil, and then we're going to give it a test. All right, guys, so this is the oil that we're going to be using for the break-in. It's 10 weight 40 break-in oil. This oil is high in zinc, which you want to use when you're breaking in the new rings, so it'll help them seat better. So we're going to fill it up with this break-in oil, and then we're going to give it a test, see if it'll start. All right, so that's all the oil that we're going to be putting in it, and I'm gonna go grab a dipstick just to make sure that we have enough oil, and then I'm gonna grab a battery, and then we're gonna turn the key and see if she starts. All right guys, so we now have full oil in the car. We have the battery hooked up, all the electricals hooked up, none of the cooling system or the air intake system is hooked up. We're gonna just give it a crank. The exhaust isn't on either, so it's gonna be really loud, but we just wanna make sure the engine's gonna run. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna test it. Here goes first start. Prime the oil pump real quick. All right, there she is. She runs. Awesome. We're now going to install the rest of the cooling system, exhaust, all the other accessories, and then we're going to go take it for a spin. Alright guys, so as you saw in today's video, we got the engine completely installed into the car. We got it mounted, attached to the transmission, we got all the electrical hooked up, and we even started it, and as you saw it ran, which is great. Unfortunately, we were missing a couple parts, such as the exhaust gasket, some stuff for the power steering. We needed some attachments for the radiator. So we're gonna get all those parts, and then next video we're gonna get the engine completely finished, the whole engine bay, and we'll take the car for a test drive. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.